Good afternoon, MMT. We got Facebook and we just popped up here to the high at 2140 and it reported quarterly earnings right here. You can see down here when Facebook dropped on that earnings, this is the reaction. It went straight down to 1860. Then we broke higher during the conference call and we're pulling back. Any up move in Facebook, we are going to be short sellers as always. Yes, it's good to take off the bottom. It doesn't last long, though. Let me read some of the thing. They beat by a penny. They beat on their revs, okay? This is the second time that they reported these earnings. So you can see how Facebook from 1860 to the highs up here of 2140 in the after hours trade right here on Facebook. We don't think that Facebook has completed its journey. And what do we mean by that journey? Well, it's very simple. They're going to have a lot more quarters of what they have to say. You can just see 1860 right up to here, MMT, and we're right up there at the high. Any moves up and the shorts get squeezed, we will continue to sell short Facebook at major resistance levels. This is that knee-jerk reaction. The key metrics for Facebook is as follows. They actually beat by a penny, okay, and they came in at 12 cents. Estimates were 11 cents. Revenues rose 32.3% year to year to 1.26 billion versus the downside guidances that they had put in at 1.22 billion. Okay, monthly active users, MAUs, were 1.01 billion as of September 30th of 2012. That's an increase of 26% year over year, according to their numbers. Daily active users were 584 million on average, an increase of 28 year over year. So what? Revenue from advertising was 1.09 billion, representing 86% of the total revenue and a 36% increase from the same quarter last year. Let's take a look at the operating margin. GAAP operating margin was 30% for the third quarter of 2012 compared to 43% for the third quarter of 2011. Excluding share-based compensation and related payroll tax expenses. That's called that non-GAAP operating margin. Non-GAAP operating margin was 42% for the third quarter of 2012 compared to the 51% for the third quarter of 2011. Mark Zuckerberg said people who use our mobile products are more engaged, and we believe we can increase engagement even further as we continue to introduce new products and improve our platform. At the same time, we are deeply integrating monetization into our product teams in order to build a stronger, more valuable company. And they will have to compete with Google in this mobile. And I don't see that's going to take several quarters. We told everyone that owning Facebook on the IPO and its secondly quarterly earnings, it's very still hasn't had the time to be a Google, or what I just read is certainly better than what people were anticipating. However, the competition and slower growth environments, they're going to have to be able to monetize that. We heard what Yahoo had to say. That new lady CEO at Yahoo is going after mobile too. They're all going to be going after it. It's going to be very competitive. But guess who they're all going to have to beat? Google. And I can tell you right now, Facebook won't be able to do that. Those are the earnings on Facebook. That's the knee-jerk reaction. We'll deal with this order. After hours trade, we continue to keep making the higher highs here. Here's the after hours chart here. You can clearly see it here. And we went right up to my trend line, and you're kind of rolling over. But most important thing is where the key metrics are in the earnings and whatnot. We'll be talking a lot more about those in depth versus what analysts have to say. Okay? And once again, any move higher, we will be selling short. There are institutions just totally buried in this stock. And I mean buried. And from the day that it went public, we got all the live videos. I told people don't touch this thing above $18.50. That was the day it was trading up at $38. That was a while ago. But it doesn't matter. The live videos are on stockmarketfunding.com, and we still remain the same way, that it's very early for Facebook. But eventually, one day, Facebook will have value if they can really compete and monetize that mobile search.